This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Every year, Washington D.C. hosts a celebration on July 4th to commemorate our independence as a nation. It is a giant event held on the National Mall between the Lincoln Memorial and the Capitol building. Donald Trump is planning a hijacking during this event. A hijacking carried out by him. You see, what normally is a completely nonpartisan celebration of America is this year going to be used as some sort of campaign event for Donald Trump, replete with a wasting of military resources.
Mr. President, you had to have tanks out on 4th of July at the Lincoln Memorial for your speech?
We're going to have a great 4th of July in Washington, D.C. It'll be like no other. It'll be special, and I hope a lot of people come, and it's going to be about this country, and it's a salute to America. And I'm going to be here, and I'm going to say a few words, and we're going to have planes going overhead, the best fighter jets in the world, and other planes too. And we're going to have some tanks stationed outside. Got to be pretty careful with the tanks because the roads have a tendency not to like to carry heavy tanks, so we have to put them in certain areas. But we have the brand new Sherman tanks, so we have the brand new Abram tanks, and we have some incredible equipment, military equipment on display, brand new, and we're very proud of it. You know, we're making a lot of new tanks right now. We're building a lot of new tanks in Lima, Ohio. A great tank factory that people wanted to close down until I got elected, and I stopped it from being closed down. And now it's a very productive facility. It's the greatest tank in the world.
Well, first of all, Donald Trump is once again displaying record-setting nitwittery because the Sherman tank was used in World War II and hasn't been in service in the United States military for over 60 years. But how would all-talk, no-brains Donald Trump know that? I mean, the flag-waving, rah-rah Republican's president is a 5-time draft-dodging coward who shamefully used his wealth and privilege to avoid military service. And despite this fact, Donald Trump has long claimed to be the most militaristic person ever. In fact, he's repeated this meaningless claim over and over and over.
You know, I am the most militaristic. I'm the most militaristic person ever.
I am the most military-based and the most militaristic person.
I am stronger militarily than any of them. Jobs will be my strength, but I think I'll be equally strong militarily. And yet I'm the most militaristic person there is.
For a long time, the Republican Party has promoted masturbatory patriotism as a substitute for actual love of country. They wave their flags and flap their gums about supporting the troops and veterans while doing nothing to bring a swift end to multi-theater conflict around the globe, or by supporting returning veterans like myself. And what Donald Trump plans for July 4th is just more of the same, but using a federal holiday as cover and concealment. A spectacle of this type, with multiple jet flyovers and tanks on display, does nothing but take the spotlight off of our nation and independence and shine it on a single person. It serves to the benefit of nothing and no one except, of course, Donald Trump and his fragile self-worth. Military displays like this serve to put on display for the rest of the world the size and might of our military capabilities. I mention size because ultimately that's what Lil Donnie is trying to measure here. The problem lies in the fact that this is completely unnecessary. There is no mistake or debate about the issues related to the sheer power and strength of our military abilities. The United States spends more on defense than the next several nations combined. In fact, the Pentagon's yearly budget just for research and development of new weapons and equipment is almost $100 billion, which, for the record, is more money than all countries spend for their entire defense budgets, all except China. So again, there is no need to show the world how powerful we are. Also, when are we going to dispense with the idea that Donald Trump loves and or respects our military? How many times do we have to hear him disparage POWs and wounded vets or malign and treat poorly the Gold Star families of brave warriors who have died in military service to our nation? Coward Donald needs to shut his mouth. Walk the walk rather than only ever talk the talk. Show that he and his complicit Republican Party loves and respects the military. Take care of our homeless vets or the children of this country who have lost parents to combat operations. The fact is, to the 5-time draft-dodging coward, Donald Trump, the military is only a prop, just like it is for dictators around the world. He thinks standing there with tanks and uniformed military leaders by his side and fighter jets passing overhead, that'll make him appear presidential or strong or in control. He hopes it will legitimize him as a powerful ruler. It will not, though. And our military has better things to do than act like the ultimate participation trophy for a coward who has always fantasized about being a soldier but never had the guts to do it.